The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation either remotely or in person. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. The open session part of the meeting will begin at around 7 p.m. Public comment on closed session items. Before going into closed session, the board is available for public comment on closed session items. Ms. Green, do we have any public comment on closed session agenda items?
We do. Justin Hamilton Hall, please go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Justin Hall. My question, I'm not a parent. I am love be on the newsletter, Parent Square, but I do love what going to school, and I do see if you guys help me get setting up a email newsletter on my email. That's my comment. I will come back to 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Ms. Green, do we have any other public comment on closed session agenda items?
There is no additional public comment on closed session items.
Thank you. Seeing no more comments, the board will now adjourn into closed session. Good evening. My name is Eve Reiser, and this is the Napa Valley Unified School District Board of Education. The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation either remotely or in person. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. Interpretation in Spanish is available for tonight's virtual board meeting. Our interpreters are Francisco Mesa and Ashley Heil. One of the interpreters will now translate the directions on our English channel so our Spanish-speaking families may hear the instructions.
Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros, y bienvenidos. Servicios de interpretación simultánea están disponibles para la reunión de esta tarde. Para escuchar en español, en un momento va a haber un icono de un globo terráqueo en la parte inferior de su pantalla. Una vez que aparezca, haga clic en el icono y luego seleccione la opción de escuchar en español. Muchas gracias y la reunión comenzará en breve.
Thank you. Can we please start with an attendance roll call from Vera Morales, Executive Assistant?
Yes. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Present.
Trustee Reiser?
Present.
Trustee Shu?
Present.
Trustee Hart?
Present.
Trustee Jankowicz?
Present.
Trustee Martin?
Present.
Trustee Water?
Present.
Quorum present. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us tonight for our NVUSD board meeting. As we begin our meeting this evening, we would like to begin by sharing both our Napa Valley Unified School District's vision and mission statements. Our vision: our graduates are confident, compassionate, and adaptable adults who are well prepared for life and become inspiring advocates for themselves and their community. NVUSD's mission: our mission is to prepare each student for a successful future by delivering rigorous and relevant learning experiences that develop their literacy and career-ready skills, cultivate their interests, and build resilience, compassion, and confidence. E1, report on closed session. Trustee Hart, do you have a report on closed session agenda items?
There's nothing to report from closed session.
Thank you. E2, flag salute. We have an honored guest in the boardroom today. Would Superintendent of Napa County Office of Education, Josh Schultz, please approach the microphone and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Mr. Schultz. E3, announcement. This meeting is live streamed and recorded via Zoom and will be archived on the district YouTube channel. For a detailed review of any meeting agenda item, the archived video can be referenced on the district's webpage at nvusd.org. The process for public comment can also be found on the district's webpage. E4, approval of agenda. We do have one amendment. Unfortunately, item J1A regarding our presentation about our CASP data, the California Department of Education continues to embargo the 2025 CASP data, so that presentation will take place at a subsequent board meeting. So with the amendment of striking J1A from the agenda,
I will move to approve.
Second.
we have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. And E5, we don't have any minutes to approve for this meeting, looks like. Okay, E6, recognition of visitors and employee organizations. Dr. Musetti, do we have visitors in attendance?
Yes, well, we have some Vintage High teachers here with us tonight, I think supporting the Student of the Month, is that right? So I want to thank Mr. Scott Merkner for being here, Miss Melanie Merkner for being here, Monica, help me? A day. And then Jennifer Castellazzo for being here. Thank you so much for supporting your Vintage High School Students of the Month. And then we have a special guest from the Napa County Office of Education, the newly appointed superintendent, who we're all familiar with, Superintendent Josh Schultz. Mr. Schultz, would you like to address the board this evening?
Turn the microphone on.
There we go. Okay, test 1, 2. President Reiser, trustees, Dr. Musetti, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'll just take a moment of your time. As you already know, I am the newly appointed Napa County Superintendent of Schools. For those who don't know me, I've been with the county office for the last 17 and a half years, primarily as CBO and Deputy Superintendent. I started my career in education in Napa County as a high school teacher at St. Helena High School in 1993, and have been working in the county ever since, except for a brief stint in administration at Sonoma State University in the early 2000s. I'm very excited to be here in this new capacity, and just wanted to reassure the district that I view the county office's role as supporting the district in achieving your vision and mission and the best possible outcomes for the students that you serve. I think that every program that we do needs to be aligned with that vision and mission and with your strategic priorities. You may know that I instituted a practice a few years ago before I was superintendent of having our leadership meet with your leadership to make sure that the programs that we do that are in cooperation with you are aligned with those goals. And I hope that we can continue that practice. And I hope to support you in any way we can. I also want to note that in alignment with the letters you recently received approving your budget and your LCAP, that we are very proud of the work that the district has been doing to maintain fiscal solvency and improve educational outcomes. And we hope to continue to support you in the future. And unless there are any questions, that's all I have to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Schultz, and welcome. Now we are on to F, recognition of Students of the Month. For Vintage High School, will Principal Hutchinson please present the Students of the Month?
Good evening, Dr. Musetti, President Reiser, and members of the board. Thank you for this opportunity to honor our Vintage Crushers students tonight. I also want to say congratulations to the New Tech High students who will also be recognized this evening. I'm doing something a little unconventional in that I'm going to talk about both students together at first and then talk about them separately, and you'll hear why in a second. This evening, Vintage High School is proud to recognize two of our outstanding seniors, Aria Ade and Claire Mulligan, as our Students of the Month for September and October. What makes this presentation of our Vintage students unique is that these two students not only shine individually, but they also share a powerful commitment to leadership, environmental stewardship, and service to our community. They have both been co-presidents of our Teens for Change Club and co-vice presidents of Napa Schools for Climate Action. Aria and Claire have worked side by side for some time on efforts regarding environmental awareness and extending their impact beyond campus. Both girls have also served as interns for the Napa Sierra Club, where they took on a project to increase awareness about the salmon in our local waterways. And with their leadership, we were able to collaborate with NVUSD Maintenance and Operations to design and install educational signs on the Crusher Creek bridges, all three of them. And this project was completed in August and will stand as a lasting contribution from both girls, Aria and Claire, to our school and our greater community. So a little bit more about Aria. In addition to her shared commitment around the environment, her personal accomplishments are remarkable in all ways. She is one of the very top students in her class and has just recently been recognized as a National Merit Scholar semi-finalist. And Aria's academic success and intellectual curiosity pass beyond the environment and have brought her to learning experiences beyond Vintage High School. She studied environmental toxicology at a summer program at UC Davis and has also taken a summer science course at Berkeley to understand climate change. In addition to her academic accomplishments, Aria has been a dedicated member of the Vintage Choir program for 4 years and is serving as treasurer this year. She has loved being a part of the choir musicals and traveling with her choir family. Aria hopes to contribute to her studies in environmental science in college, a field where her academic excellence and her passion for sustainability will surely make a difference. Congratulations, Aria. And Claire Mulligan has also distinguished herself both academically and through her service. She is a top student in her class and is a National Merit Scholar Program commended student. She has been a leader in multiple settings, as seen in her leadership roles in VHS peer support and through her creativity in our graphics and printing program, where she supported our breast cancer awareness campaign and led a public service announcement project to promote the value and benefits of gratitude across the Vintage campus. She also personally helped me on several occasions with some special projects that I had as principal, and I appreciate that. Claire is also a standout athlete, having played varsity soccer for several years and has already served as captain of the team. Congratulations to Claire. And Aria and Claire embody everything we hope to see in our Vintage High School Crushers: academic excellence, leadership, creativity, and service. They are role models for their peers and powerful examples of what it means to make a positive impact both on campus and in our wider community, and we're proud to honor them both this evening as Students of the Month. So congratulations. And I think first we'll have Aria come up, and then we'll have Claire come up, and then if we could take photos together.
Absolutely.
Great.
Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking the board and Dr. Musetti for this award. I am honored to be recognized as Student of the Month. I also want to take a few moments to thank my amazing counselor, Ms. Watkins, and a few teachers who have made my time at Vintage unforgettable. First, thank you to Mr. Merkner, my AP Pre-Calc and Calc teacher for the past 2 years. I've always liked math, but his class made me love it. Because of him, I'm even more excited to continue pursuing STEM in college. I always look forward to his class, and even though I love to complain, I never once complained about him. I'd also like to thank Mr. Anderson, my Honors English 10 teacher. His class pushed me to grow as a writer and helped me improve my creative writing skills. Beyond that, Mr. Anderson has always been a kind and funny teacher, and I especially appreciate him letting me hang out in his classroom for the past 2 years. Lastly, I want to thank Mr. Teeters, my choir teacher. I took choir all 4 years of high school, and it's giving me experiences that I'll never forget. For example, singing in Disneyland and at Carnegie Hall, performing in Phantom the Opera and soon Grease, and caroling, going to chamber camp, and singing a cappella with vocal music workshop this year. His class not only improved my singing, but gave me many new friendships, experiences, and adventures. I would like to also specifically thank Ms. Hutchinson for inspiring me to pursue environmental science by helping us put up the signs to spread awareness about the endangered salmon that are in the Crusher Creek. And of course, I have to thank my family. Through my ups and downs of high school, they've always supported me and done everything they could to make sure I go on trips, pursue my interests, and do my best academically. Next year, I'm excited to head off to college and study environmental science, meet new people, and gain new experiences. But no matter where I go, I'll never forget how Vintage shaped me, the opportunities I've had here, and amazing people I've met. Thank you again. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hutchinson, for your introduction and kind words. I would first like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Massetti and the board for acknowledging the 4 of us students tonight. It's really a joy and honor to represent Vintage High tonight as a senior, alongside my classmate Aria. I wanted to acknowledge Aria for all of her incredible accomplishments and hard work over the past 3 years. Aria, I love collaborating with you, whether it's on an impossible physics quiz or for a project in Napa Schools for Climate Action. You're such a bright mind, and I really can't wait to see what you accomplish in years to come. Mom and Dad, thank you for your constant and unconditional love and for allowing me the space to set my own standards and goals. It's really crazy to believe that this is my last year at Vintage, and I would like to offer up my deep appreciation for the following teachers. Thank you to Ms. Costellazzo, who patiently guided me through AP Chem as a sophomore, always holding me to a high standard, even if it meant spending meticulous hours redoing a lab write-up in hopes that my exquisite handwriting might detract from the 57% error recorded in my calculations. I'm going to pass that blame on to my older brother and lab partner, Francis, though I'll take the blame for having an above-average breakage rate with the lab glassware. It's my bad. Your class taught me the rewards of diligence and hard work, and have shaped how I overcome challenges both inside and outside the classroom. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Sandal, my printing and graphics teacher, who has been one of, if not the best parts of my time at Vintage. Print shop became a community for me when I was new to the school and felt out of place and disconnected. I vividly remember walking into print shop last year on the day that my brother left for college, and without even talking to me, Mr. Sandal just knew that I needed a hug, at which point I broke into tears, of course. Having you, if he was here, having you as a teacher for 3 years has been one of the biggest blessings, and I feel very fortunate to have developed the relationship that we have. Thank you to both the Merkners, both for being here tonight and for being such incredible teachers. Mr. Merkner, you somehow make AP Calc seem like a walk in the park, and I'm not dreading it even at 8 a.m., which is a wonder. You're such a gifted teacher, and I feel very fortunate to be one of your students. Mrs. Merkner, thank you for creating the most safe, supporting, and welcoming class environment. I had no idea that I would be part of peer support this year, but I'm so glad that I am, and I'm really excited for the year ahead. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Anderson, my 10th grade honors English teacher. I'd like to thank him for believing in me more than anyone. It has made me want to be the version of myself that he sees. I feel so grateful to have had these incredible teachers and many, many others who I did not name tonight. The through line of my time at Vintage has been these talented, passionate, and genuinely caring teachers, along with an amazing administration team, whose sincerity and approachability has deepened my sense of connection and belonging to the school. I'll really miss the Vintage community when I move on to four-year university next fall, but I'm filled with gratitude for the past 3 years, and I'm really excited to enjoy every moment of senior year. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, do you want to do a picture together? Yeah, okay. Sure, yeah. If you come this time of night, you all.
It's always such an inspiring part of our meeting. Congratulations to Aria and Claire. Now we'll ask New Technology High School Principal Dev, I know this one will be virtual, to please present the Students of the Month from New Tech High.
Good morning, good evening, NVUSD Board of Trustees, President Reiser and Dr. Massetti. Congratulations to the Student of the Month winners at Vintage High School. I have the pleasure this evening to recognize two students from our Penguin community. Our September and October focused New Tech Value for Student of the Month nominees was connected to the theme of inquiry. Students were nominated based on possessing a natural curiosity and being driven to explore the world around them. These students develop inquiring minds, ask questions, conduct research, and take initiative in their learning journey. Our two winners this evening embody the value of inquiry as well as the NVUSD graduate portrait trait of an adaptive learner. And our Student of the Month for September is senior Dante Parra. Dante's teachers share that he asks questions regularly and consistently asks for advice on how to improve himself. In his journalism class, Dante carries himself with the utmost professionalism and asks questions about larger topics while still adjusting to teachers' and fellow classmates' requests and critiques with openness. Dante is interested in a career in law enforcement and has actively pursued this passion, learning from his administration of justice dual enrolled class and figuring out on his own how to participate in a ride-along program in order to explore this career further. I've known Dante for 4 years now, and he has grown into such a confident young man. He's been active in the New Tech News production over the last few years. I'm excited to see where his future takes him. Dante, you're an exemplary Penguin and bring so much to our collaborative culture. Congratulations. Dante is here on Zoom this evening and has prepared a statement to share with the board.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me and for this award. Hello, I'm Dante Parra, and I would like to give a big thank you to everyone who's around me, who's seen my growth during these past couple years at New Tech. And also a very big thank you to Mr. Dev for kind of just providing me at New Tech a great experience I have over these past couple years. And yeah, so I've noticed and realized how older I'm getting, to a point where after high school, I need to start maturing and not be afraid to ask questions even if I don't look smart. I think I won for being in inquirer because of my participation and trying to learn new stuff. I'm now trying to be open-minded and open to learn new things, and in general trying to be a better student. I would say more about my journey is that since freshman year and sophomore year, I wasn't really mature, and I felt like I wasn't well behaved. Like I didn't appreciate a lot of things. But since now senior, I feel like I've seen a lot now to know how I should overcome things better now. My plans after high school are getting prepared for the police academy when I turn 21. And while I have 4 years until then, I want to take a break from education, maybe go see the world, travel, and go play music at jazz clubs. See what it's like to be an adult free, because I know once I'm an officer, hopefully, I will be really busy, so I would not try to take it for granted. And again, thank you.
Congratulations, Dante. On to our Student of the Month for October. Congratulations to junior Ella Morales. Ella's teachers share that she has taken charge of her learning by identifying what skills and concepts she struggles with, engaging with the material, and asking questions. This is a space that Ella has grown in since freshman year, harnessing her learning style and adapting to what works for her. The Ella I remember from freshman year has truly reformed into someone who perseveres from her failures and understands that those mistakes from the past isn't what defines her, but rather she sees it now as an opportunity for growth. Seeing Ella advocate for her education and learning style has been inspirational, but what has been just as cool is seeing her be that advocate for her friends. Ella is a collaborator day in and day out and continues to make our Penguin community a better place. Congratulations, Ella. Ella is also here this evening and has prepared a few words to share with the board.
Good evening. I just wanted to say that I'm very, very thankful for being the student of the month and getting this chance. I feel like I've gone a long way and I've never even had the thought of becoming student of the month. Starting freshman year, I was a very closed off, quiet person. I was too scared to talk or to make friends or ask questions. Throughout the years, thanks to my teacher, Mr. Perez, and my friends Zach and Ashley, I left that shell. I wasn't afraid to ask questions. And I feel like I really opened up, all thanks to this school. I'm really, really thankful for this school, honestly. It's changed my life a lot. I feel like I can present without worrying. I feel I can talk to people, ask questions. And to this day, I think it's a really big change that I'm able to introduce myself and start off conversations without worrying of judgment. But I am very, very thankful for this opportunity and getting to be this the student of the month. I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful for my teacher, Mr. Perez. I've always had a very, very hard time with math or just opening up to teachers in general. And he's a teacher that made me feel so very comfortable asking questions. And I've come a long way with math, and I've actually been having good grades in most of my classes thanks to him helping me leave that shell I was stuck in for the longest time. I also really want to thank my friend Ashley and Zach. They've been friends with me since freshman year, since before I became myself and got my style, my personality, the way I am now. And they stuck with me the entire time, and I'm so very thankful for it. I'm also very thankful to my principal, Mr. Dev. He's always been very understanding to me and helping me. He's always been kind and hasn't been rude about things to me. I don't know how to explain being rude, but he's made me feel okay with having mistakes instead of I was very wrong for it. To this day, I am proud of myself and very thankful for anybody and everybody that's helped me to this day be me. I'm thankful for, especially since I can ask questions now, since I can talk and I don't feel bad for having mistakes. I now understand mistakes are okay and they will happen no matter what. But I'm very, very thankful for my school, my teachers, and my friends for being able to be student of the month and who I am today.
Congratulations to the New Technology High School Students of the Month, Dante and Ella. And thank you for your comments. What's that? Oh, yeah. So if the people gathered here from Vintage High in person in the boardroom want to take this opportunity, not that you're not welcome to remain for the rest of the meeting, but feel free to exit as you wish. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much.
Good night.
So G, public comment on non-agenda items. Trustee Hart, did we receive any public comment on non-agenda items via email?
No public comment on non-agenda items were submitted via email at publiccomment@nvusd.org before 8 a.m. this morning.
Thank you. Before I open the floor to public comment on non-agenda items, I'd like to explain the rules that govern this area of the meeting. The Brown Act open meeting laws under which we are required to operate prohibit board members from discussing items that you may bring up that are not on our current agenda. The reason for this legal restriction is to make sure that anyone who has an interest in a particular district business matter knows through the board's posted agenda when we will be discussing it as a board, so that they can also be present and provide input on the item. We're very happy to have you here to let us know your concerns. Please know that while we cannot discuss items that are not on the agenda, we are listening to your voices, and we expect and know that our staff will follow up with us on issues raised by members of our community. Relevant to the remainder of the board agenda, please understand that the board listens and considers public comment on the agendized items during our meeting. However, public comment is not intended to be a two-way dialogue between the public and board members and/or staff. And therefore, trustees will not respond to individual comments. This is in accordance with our meeting procedures. We invite members of the public to provide input via public comment per our board bylaw 9323 regarding meeting agenda items. We welcome and appreciate the public's engagement and input. In sum, please know that your voice matters and makes a difference. Your public comment on agendized items might be referenced during our discussions and will be considered as we make decisions regarding agendized items. Okay. So now that brings us, I have to swap agendas here. Oh yeah, thank you. Ms. Green, do we have any public comments on non-agenda items online?
Yes, we do. Justin Hamilton Hole, please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you, Ashley, and thank you for letting me come in the boardroom. I was on here a little early, closed sessions, boardroom. I love to see if I can be a part of parent queer newsletter update. So I did call somebody at the main office, and he said you're not parent, but I'm not parent. I love to see if you guys help me and set me up an email newsletter. I know all the school. I love to see what's going on my email update. Thank you.
Mr. Hole, thank you so much for your request. Because you're not a parent, we are not able to give you a sort of Parent Square connection. But I do want to tell you that our newsletters are posted online. Just give me 1 second. Ms. Bordez, I see that you're on the call, don't we? Yes, they're there. So I'm good. If you go to nvusd.org and you go to the bottom link under NVUSD News, family newsletters are posted and available to the public there. So you can check that every 2 weeks. The family newsletter that's distributed to families every other week will be posted under NVUSD News.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Green, is there any other public comment on non-agenda items online?
There is no additional public comment.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to H, reports. H1, Board of Education and Student Board Representative. Student Board Member Fischleder, would you like to kick it off?
I would, and congratulations to the Students of the Month who aren't here anymore, but it was great to hear from them. Go Crushers. In September 12th, I attended the Mentis Teen Council Student Retreat. I spoke with students from around the district, American Canyon, Justin Siena, Napa, Vintage, obviously. And our plan right now as students is to create a safer mental health environment on all campuses, so not just Vintage, but across the valley. On September 17th, I attended the Student Advisory Committee here at the district on a Wednesday. I spoke with middle schoolers and high schoolers and what they thought was needed at their schools. Found it very interesting what the middle schoolers thought they needed and what the high schoolers thought they needed. It was very different, but it was very awesome to hear from them. And even more important, it was great to hear from student voices. It was something I was definitely struggling with, so I was glad to be able to be part of that. Also on September 17th, I met with one other Vintage High School student and 7 other administrations on the Vintage High School Site Council. I know Miss Hutchinson, my principal, was here, and she was a part of that meeting. And we are working on the upcoming safety plan, along with a few other things that will help improve the school. On September 30th, so in a few weeks, or next week, American Canyon High School has its choir spotlight. I heard numerous times at my Mental Health Council retreat about this, so I wish I could be there. I think I have something that day, but I'm excited to hear how it goes. And I spoke with Zoe Greason, and she also just finished her first site council meeting. Again, I am so proud of everything she's doing. I can only imagine how hard it is to balance. So I'm excited to hear what she has and how she wants to improve new tech. And I think that's all I have to report, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Trustee Water.
Thank you, President Reiser. Okay, well, and congratulations to the Students of the Month. And 9:15, I did a Golden Bell evaluation over at the Napa County Office of Ed. And that was really interesting, a literacy program that they've expanded actually to other school districts, Southern California, so that's great. And all I have to do is write up my report. That's such fun. And on the 16th was voter registration day at different high schools through the social studies classes, nonpartisan. And on the 23rd, I attended the Facilities and Tech Committee, and, we'll have a report on that for you, and it's very exciting, all the things that we're doing, thanks to the citizens voting for Measure B and putting me in a good mood for the rest of my life. And I did get, I've been doing lots of reading, and I got something in the mail from If Given a Chance, and I was gratified to see a lot of our Napa Valley Unified School District students, including a particularly charismatic young person from American Canyon High School named Melody, who went out for the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year a couple of times, and I looked at them. I recognized some of the students, and they've made some good choices. So good luck to those students, and that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Trustee Martin.
On September 19th, I toured Bronze Valley Elementary School with Principal Osborne. On the following Tuesday, the 23rd, I toured Vichy with Principals Zickmund and Bel Air with Principal Title. Then I went to the Facilities and Technology meeting, and as of right now, I have 6 more campuses to visit until I have visited all 26 campuses in NVUSD. I'm currently working with Vera Morales on a plan to visit the last 6 by the November 13th meeting, so I can say I visited all 26 in my first year as trustee. That concludes my report.
Well done, sir. I was not able to attend the last board meeting, and this will be a bit repetitive, but I want to thank everyone that supported the bond. As I'm sure my peers previously mentioned 2 weeks ago, the bond measure is much more than bricks and mortar. It demonstrates a belief that when we invest in education, we invest in the future success of our students and the strength of this community as a whole. I'm really proud of this community. I reached out to 5 trustees across Region 3 to be validators for Golden Bell Awards, and I wanted to thank Trustee Water and Trustee Biederman for taking on this important work. Thank you. I'd like to take a moment to thank Julie Bordes, who is a brilliant mind, a compassionate human, and a force to be reckoned with. Thank you for all your work. I had a meeting with Willow parents. As a side note, after the Press Democrat article, I received an unexpected amount of texts and phone calls regarding the sale of Harvest Middle School site. People were genuinely happy with the outcome and the opportunity that will be available for our community. I held a Napa Valley College Foundation Leadership Forum exploring the role of leadership roles and impact in Napa Valley. I wanted to thank President Reiser for joining me in this endeavor. I attended a CSBA webinar, Maximizing Impact and Prioritizing Investments for Student Long-Term Success. I learned a great deal. I participated in a meeting regarding the CSBA President's regional visitation to NVUSD. I attended the virtual town hall with Mike Thompson and Kyla Scanlon, who's an economic commentator. I attended the Facilities and Technology Board Advisory meeting, and I had a meeting with Carrie Castro, our Region 3 PACER. We discussed pending education legislation and the potential of creating opportunities to discuss educational issues with trustees in Region 3, and the first meeting will be introduced on October 15th. So trustees, make a note and stay tuned. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Hart.
All right, so back on the 15th, we had our first of the year, our SELPA's Special Education Community Advisory Committee meeting, which I'll talk about more in a minute here. And then also on the 17th, I attended my first meeting for the Unidos Family Club, which was great to learn a lot more about that since I'm new to that school. And that concludes my report.
Thanks. Trustee Chu?
So since the last meeting, I have attended a couple of ACHS football games. It's always very well attended by the whole community. I think it's the place to be on Friday nights. And then on the 20th, I actually chaperoned my very first homecoming dance. The leadership students did a fantastic job in making that night memorable for close to 1,000 students who attended that dance, which is a lot of kids to be chaperoning, but it was a lot of fun to chaperone with my peers, their parents. On September 16th, I actually attended the virtual STARS Network mock application seminar. Very informative, and it was I think it was very well attended because when I went to the ACHS senior parent night last night, people were talking about how they didn't realize how applications had changed since we as parents were, graduating and trying to navigate college applications. So at senior parent night, there was very much a high enthusiasm for the STARS Network events that are upcoming. The counselor definitely highlighted those events for the parents, and they were especially enthusiastic for the guaranteed admission to Sonoma State and Cal State East Bay. They did have one comment, is that if we could advocate for perhaps waiving application fees for our students should they want to attend, because although they get guaranteed admission, they still have to pay for the $70 application fee to even, apply and make sure they get their spot. Just some little bit of feedback from senior parents. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Chu. On September 15th, as Trustee Jankowicz mentioned, I was part of a group discussion convened to brainstorm about possible applications of an endowment from Napa Valley College. It was really great to meet other community leaders interested in this project, and thank you for inviting me, Trustee Jankowicz. Yesterday, I had my regular board president prep meeting with Dr. Massetti in advance of the board meeting. On September 17th, I attended parts of the suicide prevention conference that was organized by Mentis. I was particularly encouraged by the attendance for the LGBTQ plus ally training that was provided by a professional educator from the Trevor Project, and was very happy to see our own Director of Intervention and Prevention Services, Roxana Plancart, in attendance. And because we're coming to the end of September is Suicide Prevention Month, I just want to take a moment to remind anyone who's listening that more than half of all gun deaths in our country are suicides by firearm. We've experienced these tragedies many times over in our community since I've lived here, lost lives of all ages, including school-aged youth. Also, the preponderance of mass shootings, including school shootings, and in the perpetrator's suicide. So for your safety and for the safety of those around you, please, if you own a firearm, keep it safely secured, as our county ordinance requires. If you are aware that someone has access to firearms and is displaying signs of mental instability, please use our tip line, which is tip 411, or text 707-SAFE to make an anonymous safety report. You may have seen a news story from earlier this week in which a possible school shooting plot was foiled by just such an anonymous tip caused by concerning social media posts, and this was at a high school in the South Bay. So if you notice something, say something. You never know what you may disrupt or what tragedy you may prevent. And before I conclude my report, I'm going to take a few moments to share some thoughts now that it's official about the historic agreement that the City of Napa has now approved to purchase the NVUSD property known most recently as Harvest Middle School. I'm so grateful to the City Council for voting to approve this purchase, and I'm deeply gratified and excited about the outcome. I joined the board in December of 2020, and a few short months later was faced with a decision to shutter the campus less than a mile from my house, as well as to end the program of choice, River School, that both of my daughters had attended. It was a trial by fire for a newly elected trustee, and I had to push myself to take in the big picture, the whole picture, about what made sense, what was best, and what was equitable for all students in our district. Despite the heartfelt and authentic pleas from constituents and staff members that I spoke with, I reached the conclusion that closing Harvest was in the best interests of our kids. And while I understand that the future of the property is now squarely in the hands of the Napa City Council, I'm optimistic that the emphasis will be on meeting the community's needs and leveraging the existing assets for the benefit of all. As a resident of this area, I can attest to the fact that Southwest Napa is underserved and under-resourced in this way. No community center and a dearth of parks and green spaces in our neighborhoods. In fact, one of the compelling arguments from the community against closing Harvest was the fact that the campus basketball courts, track, and field filled this need for our neighborhoods. We know that the communities of Yountville and American Canyon were given numerous opportunities to weigh in on the development of the properties that they have acquired in the past few years from the district, and I trust that the City Council will likewise seek input from our community about how best to leverage this purchase to improve the lives of residents. I'm so excited to think about the amazing opportunities that the city will be able to offer, in particular to our youth, once the transformation of this property is complete. And I also want to share my gratitude about the other transition triggered by that vote, the transformation of the newly modernized campus on Salvador Avenue into a wall-to-wall dual language immersion middle school, Unidos Middle School, now in its 4th year. Students are thriving at Unidos. Student achievement outcomes are indicating impressive academic growth. There is a healthy wait list signaling robust interest and support for the program. And now we have a cherry on top. Our NVUSD dual language immersion program, pending final validation from a representative from CSBA, will receive the prestigious Golden Bell Award this December from the California School Board Association. This is all to say, sometimes leadership means making decisions that disappoint, confuse, or even alienate some members of the community. Almost 5 years later, I just wanted to share my gratitude and pride in my board colleagues and in our organization for these amazing positive outcomes. And this concludes my report. Dr. Massetti?
Not yet.
Oh, no, now we have to go to the board representative reports, the Special Education Community Advisory Committee, Trustee Hart.
Thank you. All right, so some exciting stuff we discussed at the CAC meeting. This first meeting of the school year, we talked about transitioning, specifically the transition of our kids as they move past the age of 18 and into adulthood and into some independence. So we had 2 special speakers that presented at the meeting. Alyssa DiFilippo from Parents Helping Parents reviewed California Connections Transitions in Adulthood, which is an online resource guide for understanding the transition to adulthood. You can find it online at php.com. And then also Kelly Weber, who is the Associate Director of Client Services for North Bay Regional Center, presented on transitional services that they offer and facilitate for young adults, including a new one called Social Sexual Education, focusing on healthy relationships for those who are 18 and over. They reviewed living options for outside of the family home, employment and day program options, and also supports for adults living with family in the form of personal assistance, respite care, independent living skills training, and coordinated family services, along with crisis support. So I do encourage anyone who is online or listening here to join the call. You don't necessarily have to be, anything official, a member or anything, but it is a lot of really good information to share with the families that have children with IEPs and 504 plans. And that concludes that report.
Thank you, Trustee Hart. The City of American Canyon liaison representatives?
We have not yet met.
And the City of Napa liaison representatives?
We have not met.
Now to H3, Superintendent and Executive Staff reports.
Thank you, President Reiser. Good evening, NVUSD trustees, staff, and community. It's hard to believe September is nearly behind us as we fully settle into the 2025-2026 school year. The past few weeks have been incredibly rewarding. I've continued hosting spaghetti with Dr. Musetti lunches at our school sites, connecting with staff at Napa Junction, Bel Air, Browns Valley, TK8, Donaldson Way, and McPherson. These gatherings have been absolutely extraordinary, an invaluable investment of my time. I've been able to listen, learn, and strengthen relationships with the dedicated staff who make our schools thrive. I look forward to getting to the rest of the schools and keep eating spaghetti. This week, I also completed my first round of official school visits with my final stop at Napa Valley Adult School along Principal Colleen Peterson. I left deeply inspired yesterday. There were 7 full classrooms of adults who were engaged in learning English, while others were earning their high school diplomas or training as nursing assistants. Seeing our community members working so hard to advance their education and careers was a powerful reminder of the transformative role our adult school plays, especially at this phase of life for so many. I want to extend my gratitude, it was mentioned, I think by President Reiser, specifically to Dr. Alejandra Uribe, who hosted and facilitated today's site validation visit at 4 NVUSD schools as part of our CSBA Golden Bell Award review for our TK through 12 Spanish dual immersion program, with a special focus on the innovative middle school programming Unidos Middle School that President Reiser just so eloquently spoke to. A special thank you as well, I think she's online, to Napa County Office of Education Trustee Cindy Biederman for serving as the local validator here in Napa County. We now look forward to learning the outcome of this final step in the process toward officially receiving the award from CSBA. I'm deeply grateful to all of our dual language immersion school site staff at NVLA, Puebla Vista, Unidos Middle School, and Napa High School for showcasing the power and impact of dual language immersion education. If our program is selected, the NVUSD Board of Education will be honored at the CSBA Annual Education Conference this December in Sacramento. We will also celebrate with a local recognition presentation at our January board meeting, where we will invite our DLI school communities to join us. Let's keep our fingers crossed and continue to take pride in the incredible work happening across our DLI schools. I'm also pleased to report the launch of both the Superintendent Parent Advisory and Superintendent Teacher Advisory groups this past month. Both meetings were very well attended with almost all schools represented. Parents provided valuable input on facilities and safety, while teachers shared feedback specifically on our embargoed CASP results, which we were able to share with them because they're internal employees, ongoing facilities projects, the Centegix security alert system, and the new cell phone policy. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, underscoring the district's progress on Strategy 7 of our strategic plan, developing a comprehensive approach to school safety, and Strategy 14 of the strategic plan, improving and maintaining our facilities. And speaking of progress, we're also seeing the impact of Strategy 3, which ensures we're building a culture of data use here in the district to improve student achievement. By the time of our next board meeting on October 23rd, the state will have publicly released our 2025 CASP scores. While we await this official step, I'm thrilled to share that NVUSD demonstrated growth in all 3 tested content areas: English language arts, mathematics, and science. The majority of our schools posted gains, with several showing standout achievements. We look forward to celebrating and sharing these successes with our broader community as soon as the state lifts the embargo. This fall, the spirit of growth, connection, and progress is alive and well across NVUSD, and I'm grateful to each of you for the leadership and commitment that make this possible. It really has been an incredible start to the 25-26 school year. Now I'm going to turn it over to the Assistant Supes, who will provide reports for the areas that they oversee, and we'll begin with Assistant Superintendent Dana Page, who oversees the Human Resources Division.
Good evening, President Reiser, Board of Trustees, Student Board Representative Fish Leader, and Dr. Massetti. We're excited to share several ongoing projects, events, and opportunities from Human Resources that support our staff. On October 1st and October 22nd, HR is hosting a drive-through tuberculosis screening in the Ed Center parking lot. This quick, no appointment needed service offers a convenient way to meet employment requirements. Perfect if you've received notice that your TB clearance is expiring. Simply drive in with your completed TB questionnaire and no need to even get out of your vehicle. On October 1st, the next edition of the HR Connection will arrive in inboxes. Created by Assistant Director Gina DeLuca, the newsletter is packed with helpful resources and stress relief tips. The September inaugural edition received significant engagement, and we're anticipating even greater interest in this new release. We've just wrapped up the second day of our 2-day outward mindset training for the first cohort of 2025-26 school year. Participants included new managers, special education program coordinators, behaviorists, and various classified staff. Interested in boosting collaboration, relationships, and problem solving? Great. Sign up on the NVUSD webpage to join future sessions. The HR team will hold a retreat at the NVEF Oxbow campus on Friday, October 3rd to renew our sense of purpose and recommit to HR practices aligned with the NVUSD strategic plan. Please note the HR office will be closed from 7:30 to 1 o'clock during the retreat. Email or leave a phone message and we will respond once we return. Our annual Walktober campaign is underway. This fun voluntary challenge encourages participants to track steps and get moving. Logging your activity is a powerful way of making you more mindful about daily movement, and it's not too late to join in that challenge. We're accepting nominations for Employee of the Year in certificated, classified, and management categories. Staff, students, parents, and community members are welcome to submit nominees. And our nomination deadline is October 31st. So don't miss the chance to recognize our outstanding NVUSD contributors. We appreciate your engagement in these programs and events, and we look forward to connecting through these initiatives throughout the fall. Thank you, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Page. Next, we have Dr. Monica Reddy, who oversees the Instructional Services Support Division.
Good evening, President Reiser, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Musetti, Student Board Member Fish Leader, and NVUSD community. We're excited to share advancements in 4 key strategies of our strategic plan reflecting NVUSD's commitment to high-quality instruction, strong systems of support, student wellness, and family engagement. We launched the first round of NVUSD High-Impact Instructional Team Checkpoints, a week of powerful learning with 100 dedicated HIT teachers. Each session began with our vision, mission, and graduate portrait, and staff reflected on their growth as adaptive learners, activators of learning, and reflective practitioners. Teachers analyzed classroom data, shared successes and challenges, and collaborated on solutions to support student learning. The sessions included practice-based learning of instructional strategies, all aligned to our guaranteed and viable curriculum. Academic specialists modeled lesson planning and provided tools to strengthen instruction. And each day concluded with a collaborative lesson design and peer teaching, underscoring the adaptability, openness, and perseverance of our teachers. Building on this focus of instruction, NVUSD also launched the MTSS pilot team with 10 schools, 3 elementary schools, 4 comprehensive middle schools, and 3 comprehensive high schools. Each site team, made up of administrators, counselors, social workers, teachers, and interventionists, is working to refine our MTSS framework and embed it into EduClimber, a new online platform that supports data-driven decision-making. The first meeting set the stage by clarifying the why, outlining outcomes, and establishing priorities for the semester. The team will continue meeting throughout the fall to strengthen systems that provide every student with the right support at the right time. This week also marked the launch of the Health and Wellness Committee. The purpose of this group is to create a draft framework that defines a cohesive and sustainable system-wide approach to supporting the well-being of all students, preparing them for college, career, and life. The committee is highly representative of all stakeholders, with members selected based on their roles and experiences. We deeply value the partnership of NVEA and NAPS in this work and believe their contributions will be critical in shaping a framework that reflects the needs of our students, families, and staff. The first meeting was highly collaborative. Participants connected using an Arbinger protocol, learned about the process of interest-based problem solving from our expert Assistant Superintendent Dana Page, which will be the process to support the development of the framework, defined the committee's purpose, and began exploring ideas about what students need to thrive physically, emotionally, and socially. Finally, our work to strengthen instruction systems and wellness is complemented by efforts to deepen student and family engagement. The Student Advisory Council brings students together from across the district to share feedback on the schools and district priorities, ensuring their voices directly influence policies, practices, and future readiness. In their first meeting last week, students established shared agreements about how they want to show up together, creating a foundation of respect, collaboration, and accountability. The council also identified initial priorities to guide their work this year, highlighting the issues that matter most to students and shaping their educational experience. Thank you to Trustee Fish Leader for his participation and leadership. Parent liaisons, powerful bridges between school and home, were featured in a new video highlighting Parent Square tools that help families stay connected. This not only showcases the incredible work of our parent liaisons, but also reinforces the importance of Parent Square as a two-way communication platform. And in addition, DLAC representatives participated in a workshop to support their leadership of ELAC. The sessions refresh skills in creating agendas, taking minutes, and conducting needs assessments, ensuring parent leaders are equipped to represent families and strengthen engagement across school sites. Together, these 4 strategies demonstrate NVUSD's collective commitment to equity, continuous improvement, and preparing every student for success in college, career, and life. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. And next, we have Mr. Rob Manguala, our Assistant Superintendent, who oversees business and operational services.
Thank you for the opportunity to update the board and the community. The business services team is finishing up the 24-25 audit and will be transitioning to working on the first interim budget update. Enrollment for the 25-26 school year was projected to be 16,159. Currently, our enrollment is at 16,086, which is 73 students below projection. Even though our enrollment is below projection overall, we have exceeded our projection for inter-district transfer students by 18 students. The enrollment team is getting ready for open enrollment. Open enrollment for the 26-27 school year will run from October 15th to November 30th. During this period, new and existing families have an opportunity to explore school choices and apply to attend a school other than their resident school. In addition to providing families with choice, open enrollment supports our DLI TK-12 pathway, our magnet programs, and our non-boundary schools. Families who want to learn more about open enrollment can attend our new open enrollment webinar series. A webinar for enrollment families will be held on October 20th, and a webinar for secondary families will be held on October 21st. Families can find webinar details in an upcoming family newsletter. For food services, Nosh is excited to feature multicolored cauliflower as October's harvest of the month. Fall also brings local grapes and apples to the salad bar. On Halloween, which falls on a Friday this year, staff will serve a festive menu of spaghetti and zombie chicken legs with a special treat of chocolate pot de creme. I know, right? So maintenance and grounds have been hard at work completing projects and completing and closing out work orders. We're also preparing for big game, which is already here, October 3rd. The custodial warehouse and warehouse departments have been working hard to support schools across the district. At Harvest Elementary School, teams completed a full clean out and organized the site to prepare for the next steps. Custodial staffs continue to maintain the cleanliness and safety of their schools, ensuring classrooms and common areas are ready for daily use. Meanwhile, the warehouse team is keeping operations moving smoothly by making timely deliveries throughout the district. The data services team has been busy processing the results from CASP and STAR testing. We look forward to sharing the results from both assessments in an upcoming public presentation. The technology department has been busy helping staff and students with their technology needs, assisting with strategic questions, and troubleshooting and deploying new devices to CTE classrooms. We're very excited for the third meeting for our AI Council next Tuesday, where we'll dive into AI policy recommendations and further explore how to best utilize AI at NVUSD. For transportation, we're working on relocating the 150+ students who currently utilize the Harvest bus stop. We're also working on a tax credit for our electric school buses that we recently purchased. And we're working on getting all of our overflow and McKinney-Vento students routed for transportation. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Manguala. President Reiser, that concludes the executive staff reports for the evening.
Thank you. That brings us to I, approval of the consent agenda. Background information on these items is provided to the board prior to the meeting. A common motion takes action without discussion on roll call vote unless discussion of items is requested by a board member.
I will move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from Trustee Chu, a second from Trustee Hart. Ms. Morales, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Hart.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now that moves us to K on our agenda, action items. We have K1, General Services, K1A, Adoption of California School Board Association's Recommended Policy Updates for June 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have first from Trustee Chu, a second from Trustee Hart. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, I'm sorry. I knew I was forgetting something. That's why I paused. Is there any public comment on this item, Ms. Green?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you so much. And Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K1B, Adoption of California School Board Association's Recommended Special Policy Updates, August 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment on this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K2, Business Services. K2A, AB 1200/2756 for NVEA, NAPS Management, Confidential, and CSEA.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Is there any public comment, Ms. Green, for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K2B, Proposition 28, Arts and Music in Schools Annual Report.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment on this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K2C, IT Data Center UPS Service with Eaton Corporation.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K3, Facility Improvement. K3A, Resolution 2606, authorizing change order for Atlas Peak Construction.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, is there public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Ms. Morales, seeing it's a resolution, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Hart.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. K3B, Contract with American Asphalt Repair and Resurfacing Company, Inc.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K3C, Contract with Chaudhary and Associates.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K4, Human Resources. K4A, Memorandum of Understanding, Formula Calculation Compensation for Fiscal Year 2025-2026.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K4B, Amendment to Employee Agreements for Executive Cabinet.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K5, Instructional Services. K5A, Public Hearing and Adoption of Resolution 26-05, certifying compliance of Education Code Section 60119 and Education Code Section 60422. The public hearing is open. Ms. Green, do we have any public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you very much. Closing the public hearing first, before we have
I will move to approve.
thank you.
Second.
I have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Morales, may we have a roll call vote for this item?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Hart.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. K5B, Memorandum of Understanding with Napa Valley Farm Worker Foundation.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K5C, Memorandum of Understanding with California State University, Sacramento.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K5D, Ratification of Memorandum of Understanding with Napa Valley Community College District.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a first from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K5E, Discipline Designees for 2025-2026.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, do we have public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. K6, Operational Services. K6A, Ratification of Agreement with A-Gas.
Move to approve.
Second.
First from trustee Chu, a second from trustee Hart. Ms. Green, is there public comment for this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes. L, informational item. L1, General Services. The Curriculum and Student Support Committee has not met recently, so there are no minutes.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Thank you, trustee Water. L1B, the Facilities and Technology Committee. There are minutes attached for that meeting. Ms. Green, is there?
They just met.
Oh, it says minutes attached on my.
Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. So that'll be for next time. L1C, the Finance Committee. There are minutes attached for that one. It says the meeting was on 9/23 and the minutes will be provided at the next meeting. Oh,
Hold on. Are you on mine? Yeah, I think those are flip-flopped.
okay, yeah. So,
Finance is provided.
so there are minutes attached for the Finance Committee meeting. Sorry about that confusion. Ms. Green, is there public comment for that item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. And L1D, the Policy Committee has not met. There are no minutes to be concerned with for that one. M, additional suggestions and comments from board members and superintendent. Trustee Water?
Well, this will happen before our next meeting. October 5th and 11th will be Banned Books Week, as sponsored by the American Library Association. So get out and read something. I'm sure anything you pick will be on somebody's challenge list because last year was a record number of challenges.
Thank you for that reminder, Trustee Water. Any other comments or suggestions from board members? Okay. And future agenda items. Anything to propose? Nothing? Okay. That brings us to O, adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
We have a first from trustee Martin, a second from trustee Hart. All in favor? Aye. This adjourns the meeting.